Well, welcome back everybody. I hope you're suitably refreshed. We've heard from people from outside the city mostly about some ideas that they've had and what they did. What we're going to hear now from is 4 local organisations, builders, developers, visionaries, whatever you like to call them. We don't, of course, know exactly what the council would like to see there, so what they've got to say is probably their vision, and I've asked them to be very, very brief, so as we can get feedback from everybody as much as possible about your visions as well. Obviously we won't be able to call everyone for questions afterwards, so you've all got a piece of paper in front of you. Take that away with you and email me at the end if there's anything you want to bring up that hasn't been brought up, or write it on the back of the piece of paper and leave it with one of the people at the front desk as you leave. And we'll make sure that all those questions go to the council and are answered as much as they possibly can. Whilst I fully respect that everyone wants a view on the King Alfred, the whole point of this meeting, and I will re-emphasise it what I said right at the beginning, is because we want to nudge and push and shout to get the council to do this. This is something that we are doing because we're passionate about the King Alfred. Every single person here is. I do want to hear what the developers have to say, because I think they should be involved in saying what they want to say out. I do want to hear what the public's got to say, but I'm not the person who should really be having this meeting at all. It's the council who should be doing it. So if you've got, I think a public meeting that the council organise will be a brilliant thing, and if this meeting actually encourages them to do so, we will have achieved our dream. I won't take any more questions because I want to go on, okay? I appreciate. Yeah, I agree entirely, Barry, and as you know, if you heard me earlier, we did invite the council to come and they declined. So, there we go, but hopefully that with all your emails going to all your councillors, they will actually produce something of that ilk. And on that basis, one of the ideas that we have, persons we have here at the moment is Emma Andrews, and she's going to make a case for an ice rink at the King Alfred. And of course, with the failure of the Black Rock development happening, there is an argument to be had at it should be at the King Alfred. I've had many emails on this as well. Emma.
Thank you, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. Start again. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Emma Andrews, and I'm here today to present you the King Alfred Ice Rink project. As we are all aware, there will be a lengthy ongoing debate with regards to the agreed development for the community at the King Alfred site. This will drag on for many years. Most of us will agree that no development will be decided for at least 4 years, but it could take as long as 6, 7 or 8. There will be many ideas put forward during this time, like the number of residential units, if any, the size of pools, if there will be diving facilities, 10-pin bowling, schools, theatres, studios, etc. And then with the design, how high it will be, visual impact, the materials used, and making sure whatever is decided ticks 1,000 boxes. This will be a lengthy and extensive process because of the sensitivity of the site. What we are proposing during this time of limbo is to construct an all-year-round ice facility for a minimum term of 3 years on the wasteland above the old 10-pin bowling area at the King Alfred Leisure Centre. With the 2014 Winter Olympics next February, we believe that this would be a perfect time to launch the project. This project stands for immediate action, utilising the abandoned brownfield site, generating a new revenue stream, adding a new dimension and enhancement to the King Alfred, and making it a fashionable, popular place once more. In providing an ice skating facility, which has been long overdue in our city, it will be an attraction for our local community and beyond, with visitors to our city resort. Benefits would reach far outside of its physical domain and would certainly have a positive impact on the local community, with a draw of around 200,000 visitors per annum. During its operation, this temporary ice facility may also determine it viable for a permanent state-of-the-art ice rink to be included as part of the King Alfred's future development. This project is flexible to the timescale of this site's availability, and the facility will be simply dismantled and relocated when any future redevelopment plans are imminent and put into action. Hence, Oral Partnership has undertaken a structural inspection of the site and its integrity has been deemed suitable. We have completed a viability study with Julia Chantray, President of the Brighton and Hove Chamber of Commerce, and we believe that we have a serious proposition for raising the 1.2 million finance, both from the banks and from investors. Our online public survey. We have been calling on the local community to participate with their independent views and opinions on the future of the King Alfred via our online public survey, and we have almost 700 public surveys completed to date with several hundred comments. Our survey asked, is it important for the local community to be involved in the future development of the King Alfred? 80% strongly agree, 20% agree. Is it important for the King Alfred site to remain specifically dedicated to sports and leisure facilities in its short and long-term development? 76% strongly agree, 19% agree. Is the King Alfred a good location for a temporary ice rink in the city of Brighton and Hove? Again, 80% strongly agree, 17% agree. Would the King Alfred ice rink be a good tested demand for an ice skating industry in the city? Again, 78% strongly agree, with 20% people agreeing. Is the King Alfred a convenient place for you to travel? 65% of people strongly agree, 28% agree. The King Alfred ice rink will help boost the local economy. 58% strongly agree, 30% agree. This public survey data response and comments can be viewed on our website, and we invite you all to please complete your survey by going to kingalfredicerink.co.uk. Our key mission: instigate a public debate to ensure that there is a full community and user group involvement and consultation in the development of the King Alfred proposals. Investigate all avenues and opinions across the board to determine the demand for an ice rink facility in the city. Seek approval of the concept and principle, and then to submit a full detailed proposal for this community sporting project, to offer an ice skating facility within a temporary structure for a minimum term of 3 years or until the King Alfred is redeveloped. Initiate a new ice skating industry and establish the fact that a permanent ice rink is financially viable for the city. Provide a real-time argument for the city to include a full-size permanent ice pad alongside competition and leisure pool facilities in the future development of the King Alfred multi-purpose sports arena via a local community social enterprise strategy. Raise the profile of the King Alfred and assist in developing a vision for local government and community policy of the site, short and long term. Establish a new revenue stream and generate investment into the future vision of the complex. To regenerate the area and encourage the community and its visitors to use the King Alfred Leisure Centre. Reinventing the King Alfred as the heartbeat of sporty Hove, where its seafront is already specifically geared towards sport and leisure, help the local business economy with the extra visitors the area would attract. Facility details. The King Alfred ice rink will be constructed with a semi-permanent building system, and it has been designed to provide a solution to a long overdue and much needed ice facility in the city at an affordable cost and with redundant council-owned sites at the King Alfred Leisure Centre. The ice pad dimensions will be about the size of a 2/3 ice rink. This will be suitable for ice hockey, figure skating and ice skating for all abilities and levels. The facility will include ringside seating for 150, and in the cafe there will be 100 seats available, which view onto the rink. This project proposal will be for a minimum time period of 3 years to determine if the city shows demand for this type of facility, and thereafter extended for a further time period subject to the redevelopment of the King Alfred site and success of the project during that term. Report for our pre-application advice. The objectives outlined in the planning brief are that of a mixed-use development needs to come forward for the site. It is clear from our submission that a temporary ice skating facility is proposed. It is therefore considered that, providing any works remain temporary, there will be no damage or conflict with this planning brief. This project falls within the boundaries of the local plan and sports recreation and King Alfred planning brief documents, and will basically be a temporary expansion of existing facilities rather than a standalone ice project. King Alfred SPG and local plan sports and recreation generally explains that the King Alfred site should have a sport and leisure development for the reason of its good location. And just a final thought, the King Alfred does have the potential to become a top national venue and destination for championships, competitions and shows. Our long-term solution to the city's lack of facilities is an all-in-one facility, like the Guildford Spectrum or the new Streatham Hub leisure development, which incidentally includes a provisional of a temporary ice rink in Brixton during its construction. For the future King Alfred Arena concept, go to kingalfredarena.co.uk. But first, sorry, I'm having a lot of support here, but first, and I really want to reiterate this, but first we have to maximise the potential market of the site as it stands, form clubs, increase its customer base and determine its future based on real-time research. Our project is live and much work has been done. As I have said, the project stands for immediate action, generating a new revenue stream, adding a new dimension and enhancement to the King Alfred Leisure Centre and giving it a final new lease of life during the many years of debate. Sorry, I've got something. It's a reiteration. Can everybody please go and complete our survey? Please give your comments. There are many frequently asked questions on the website, which is kingalfredicering.co.uk. Thank you very much.
Emma, that was excellent and well rushed through. There are a lot of points in there. And we've got a few people who've asked questions about the ice rink, which we'll come to at the end also.